Hello and welcome to your final assignment of week 3. So just as a reminder, your grades are now recorded in Skyward. So we have now opened gradebooks this week. So make sure that you complete all 3 assignments for week 3. So you have video notes 1, video notes 2, and video notes 3. We're trying to keep this as simple for you as possible so that way you can be successful in this final 9 weeks. So what we have now is we are still talking about exponential growth and exponential decay, but today we're adding percentages to it. So it's another real world situation, and in the real world you will see percents. So what we need to know before we start our actual worksheet of the day is how to convert from a percent to a decimal. So you can write these down on paper and you can follow along here and write down each percent as we change it from a percent into a decimal. So some of you guys may remember from like 4th or 5th grade that when we have a percent, we need to move it 2 places to the left. So 6% is actually the same as 0.06. 0.06. 25%, decimals originally right here. We move it 2 spots to the left. So this becomes 0.25. The next one, 7.2, we move that 2 spots to the left. So that becomes 0.072. 0.072. The next one, 30%, we move that 2 to the left. So 30% is actually written as 0.30. Next, 8%, it's originally here. Move that 2 spaces to the left. So 8% is written as 0.08. Next, 2.5%, move that decimal 2 places to the left, so that's 0.025. The next one, 12%, move that 2 places to the left, so that's 0.12. Next, 4%, 2 places to the left, so that's 0.04. Okay, so converting from percents into decimals means we move it 2 places to the left. So let's try the next one. 28%, move that 2 places to the left, and it becomes 0.28. 42.5% moves 2 places to the left, so that's 0.425. 36.8% moves that 2 places to the left, 0.368. And then 2%, move that 2 places to the left, put a 0 in that empty loop, so it's 0.02. Okay, so now that we're comfortable changing percents into decimals, let's go ahead and learn the equation of today. So this equation is very similar to what we had. So A is still our starting number, that's our initial value. And then instead of having a multiplier, we're going to have a rate. So a rate is a percent, and it must be written as a decimal. So the rate is a percent. And if it says increase, we're going to put a plus sign. If it says decrease, we're going to put a minus sign. That will make sense here in just a minute. And then again, T is the amount of time. So it's the same idea. We have a starting number. We have a multiplier, which looks a little different. And then T is my amount of time. So in the first situation, it says, San Francisco started with 4 cases of COVID-19. The number of cases increased 90% each day. How many cases of COVID-19 are there after 8 days? So very similar to video 2. We still have a starting number. My starting number is 4. When we have a percent, we have to put a 1 in the front to make it a multiplier of a whole number. And it said that this is increasing, so 1 plus. What we just did is we changed 90% to a decimal. So we move it 2 places to the left, so it becomes 0.90. And then we raise this to 8 days. So just like we did before, we're going to type it in the calculator. 4 parentheses. 1 plus 0.90, which was 90%, raised to the 8th power. So now we end up with 679.3 cases. But since cases are humans, how many humans have COVID-19? We're not going to use decimals. Don't worry about rounding. We're just going to take the whole number that you would have gotten in the calculator. So on this first day in San Francisco, there were only 4 cases of COVID-19. And only 8 days later, those 4 cases are now 679 cases if it was increasing 90% each day. So go ahead and try the same idea with number 2. Find your starting number. It says it's increasing at a rate of 60%. How many hospital beds would they need after 5 days? So go ahead and try number 2. All right, number 3. Due to high demands of KN95 masks, local suppliers are rapidly depleting. That means that they're losing masks. Their mask is decreasing. At one hospital, they started with 7,000 masks in storage in their supply. But this number has decreased 20% per day. How many masks will they have left after 7 days? So this is all very real life situations. We started with 7,000 masks in this hospital. Then it's decreasing. So when we see a percent, we have to put a 1 in the formula. It's just part of the exponential formula. Decreasing means it is subtracting. It's going down by 0.20. 20% has to move that decimal 2 to the left, raised to 7 days. So let's type that in the calculator. We started with 7,000 masks. It is decreasing, so it's 1 minus 0.20 raised to the 7. Again, I'm just going to write the whole number that shows up in the calculator. So we have 1,468 masks left. We started with 7,000, and only a week later, we're now down to 1,468 masks left. So go ahead and try the same idea with number 4. We have a starting number of COVID-19. In South Korea, they've started decreasing, so their numbers are going down, so it's decreasing 52%. How many cases are there after 10 days? Go ahead, try number 4. Okay, when you're ready, let's look at number 5. Number 5 says, the price of a container of hand sanitizer before the pandemic was $3.79. During the beginning of the outbreak, the price increased at a rate of 48% per day. If this continued, what would the price be after 16 days? 16 days after the outbreak started. I can read, I promise, I'm sorry. So what we have here is a starting number. We are talking about the price of hand sanitizer. It was originally $3.79 for a bottle of hand sanitizer. But because it's in high demand, the price is increasing. They're jacking that price up, making it more expensive. Increasing is 1 plus. 48% will be written as 0.48. How much is this hand sanitizer? What's the new price after 16 days? So it was $3.79, parentheses 1 plus 0.48, raised to the 16. Whew! This hand sanitizer is now worth $2,008.29. It's money, so I can have decimal there. So this here, it started at $3.79, but that price is increasing because we're in high demand. So after 16 days, my hand sanitizer is really, really, really expensive. Okay, try that exact same idea for number 6. Number 6 says that the time that people are spending on their computers each day has increased 26% per day since the shelter in place was enacted. If someone spent 1 hour on their computer at the start of shelter in place, how much time would they have spent after 6 days? So in number 6, I'm going to help you with this one here because we have hours and days going on, but it's still easy. So I have an initial value. We were spending 1 hour a day on the computer. But now we are increasing 26%. We're spending a heck of a lot more time on the computer now, increasing. So 1 plus 26% is written as 0.26. How much time are we spending on the computer after 6 days? You can plug that in and see what you get. Okay, number 7. Number 7 says the price of a plane ticket from Houston to Chicago in February was $350. Since then, the cost of a ticket has decreased 50% per week. What is the cost of the plane ticket after 3 weeks? This is a very real thing. So it used to cost, it cost about $350 if we wanted to fly to Chicago at the beginning of all of this. But people aren't flying now because it's dangerous to be around other people. So the airlines have decreased their price to buy a ticket. So in this situation, they're decreasing. So 1 minus 50% each week. 50% is 0.50. How much will this plane ticket cost after 3 weeks? So it used to be $350. It's decreasing 0.50, raised to 3 weeks. So now this ticket, which is actually very accurate, it would only cost $43.75 for us to fly to Chicago. Decreased. It was $350, decreased 50% for 3 weeks. So now it's only $43.75. So go ahead, try the same thing with number 8. Same idea. What is your starting number? We are decreasing 32% per week, raised to the number of weeks that it's asking for. Okay? So that completes your week 3 assignments. Not too difficult this week. So you had video notes 1, video notes 2, and this wraps up video notes 3. So make sure that you get all 3 of these submitted so we can put some good grades in the grade book. And then we will continue next week with week 4 of online learning. Have a wonderful week. We will see you again next week online.